right. So we're live, and I think we are good. Awesome. Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. Welcome to the Crypto Analyst live stream. If you guys haven't noticed already, we are currently in full-on rocket mode. You know, fuel the rocket. This thing, Ethereum and Bitcoin, most cryptocurrencies, Ethereum especially, has just been in another world of profits as of lately. So this has been actually, absolutely phenomenal. I've been trying to layer a couple shorts in here. All of them have been getting stopped out, and this is one of the times where I'm actually glad that I'm getting stopped out of a position, because this is huge. With Ethereum breaking so many resistances and even this ascending triangle now, it's putting itself in a really good spot. We're going to, of course, be looking at Bitcoin as well. I can go ahead and put that up on the screen. But for the most part over here, Ethereum has just been carrying this market, and it still is. Ethereum is the thing to trade because it is carrying the market right now. And so now that you have Bitcoin getting up around $4,200, you have the real resistance hitting in, because now you have Bitcoin hitting resistance as well as Ethereum hitting resistance. So with both of these leading up to each other, it's going to be a pretty interesting time. So if you guys have watched the video, and I actually need to send out this link to everyone, to all the subscribers and everything, to all of you guys. But yeah, if you guys watch I don't think like anyone watched my video today. But I posted a video today talking about trading during dry seasons, because it's something that's very applicable, and it's a good read. Anyway, good watch. Copy this. Make sure we paste this guy in the Discord. Anyway, that's pretty much what we're going to be kind of covering. That and some technical analysis, of course. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive on into this, because obviously everyone wants to know what's happening in here. So first things first, guys, obviously Ethereum's carrying the chart. So I mean, Bitcoin's great right now, and it's actually about to hit a really crucial and pivotal point. But Ethereum is the thing that I really want to keep my eyes on, because of the fact that, again, it's carrying the market, it's making the the moves, it's got the big boy shoes on. Crypto G, welcome, great to have you in here. So when this was happening, if you guys are in the Discord or the Patreon, I posted this in yeah, both of them. So basically, very clear ascending triangle. Personally, I'm gonna be honest here. Personally, I was talking to one of the Patreons yesterday, or yeah, I think it was yesterday, and he was like, well, what's your target for Ethereum? I said 160, obvious levels up here. We hit 160 perfectly, bounced very minorly, came back down almost nothing, and then I thought personally this is going to just form an ascending triangle, and this would be a great formation continuation pattern, and we could continue this. However, to my popular belief, I thought we were going to come up here and then kind of do maybe a thing down and then come back and do something like this. I don't know. You guys get it. I thought we were going to get rejected, hit support, and then come back out here. The actual story is we didn't even need a retest, and that's very important to understand. The fact that we did not even need to retest support here is like huge. Like, that's saying Ethereum is so strong, it did not even need to take this third bounce. It had two bounces and a breakout on an ascending triangle, so that's freaking strong. It's either that's really strong and like big, and it's a big deal, or this is a giant bear trap, and there's really no in between, because of the fact that this is a crucial situation for Ethereum. And so when this is happening, don't take this lightly. It is either a very significant point in Ethereum's career and its life, probably a turnaround point, or this is going to be a giant bear trap. So when I'm looking at this, as of right now, I really don't have, so what I've been trying to do over here is layer these Ethereum shorts against heavy resistance, and assuming that at some point we would have some sort of a fib retracement. We have not hit a fib retracement the entire way up here, and it's actually incredible. So with Ethereum, well, I don't know if you guys heard that. Something just happened below me. But looking at this, okay, Ethereum, it's just been going crazy. Like there's really not too much to say about this besides, you know, like, I don't know what even to call this. It's more so of a bear flag than anything, right? Upwards consolidation, breakout. It's crazy. And then over here you have actually an actual bull flag, breakout over here. You know, this is just the continued breakout. So with this happening, you got over here, obviously the areas that I'm looking at right now are right over here and right over here. These are the two guys being around the 166 range, I think. 166, 165. So yeah, that's exactly what we're hitting over in this range at the moment. So if we want to go ahead and draw a trend line to kind of highlight this area, what we can do is just do like one of these guys, turn it red, and we'll leave it here for now. So yeah, we'll just move it up a little bit. Yeah, so this is pretty much representing that these two areas over here are what were support are now being used as resistance. Will it hold? You know, I certainly hope it does, because if this does hold, we have a great freaking situation for Ethereum. Really good. I'll tell you what, if it can hold above this, like above this red line, you know, honestly above like 167, then that's a great situation for Ethereum. Like, it's actually so bullish. But if it, you know, if it gets rejected by this, it's not the worst case in the world, because, you know, you broke out here, and again, you can't really argue that this is a horrible situation for Ethereum. I mean, you're up 67% in the last, how many? You're up 67% this month. In the last 19 days, you're up 67%. That's incredible. Because it was at $100, yeah, so basically at $100. Now it's up to 167, 165. It's up 65%. That's incredible. Looking over here at comments, yo, Poker Throat, Crypto G, Power to Achieve, Robert G, lots of G's. Power to Achieve, welcome. Sean Smith, what's up? Welcome, welcome everybody. The bulls are in, the rocket ships. Yeah, fuel the rockets, am I right? I don't know, so we have to be careful, but it's looking good right now. That's what I'm saying. We have changed of trend. It's obvious. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I mean, it's looking nice. On Saturday over screen. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Power to Achieve. Did Bitcoin make a higher high yet? It did, Robert. We'll go to Bitcoin right now. I agree. Something huge is coming. Could not agree more. Randy Schultz, welcome. So looking at Bitcoin, this is actually something we need to look at over here. So Ethereum needs to keep on going, or else it's going to form double bearish divergence everywhere. So if this does not keep on going, you're going to have double bearish divergence everywhere. And quite frankly, I didn't think that we were going to break this area, and I thought we were going to form double bear. Okay, so when I was looking at this on like a time scale, to me this was quite clear. Again, you had potential double bearish divergence on all three indicators and oscillators. You had volume kind of falling off. I was like, all right, so what we'll do over here is, this is still very bullish, but what we'll do is we'll come up, touch this, then come back down, and then break out. It'll be great because what you do is you set double bearish divergence right at the top of the ascending triangle. You come back, you hit support, your EMAs, something like that. Then you rally towards the upside. I thought it was pretty textbook. However, I was wrong, and this just straight broke out. Now, it's still possible to get that double bearish divergence from this red zone. We're going to have to wait and see. I entered a short over in here. It immediately got stopped out as soon as we broke out. Not liquidated, it got stopped. I want to make sure that there's a clear difference between that. But as soon as we entered this, or as soon as I entered this, immediately stopped out, and, you know, it was worth it. But not all trades win at the end. So I'm still looking over here again, potential double bearish divergence everywhere on your 1-day chart or on your 4-hour chart. Looking over at your 1-day chart, the thing that I am noticing is that you you really need to keep going, or else you're going to again form double bearish divergence over here. On your RSI, not so much. Your RSI is doing fantastic right now, and your stochastics are doing great. I mean, you're pushing like all-time high levels on your stochastics and RSI. Your RSI, not so much all-time high levels, but it's still extremely overbought for a 1-day chart. So, eventually there's going to have to be pullback here. But for the time being, I mean, to be honest, I'm quite tired of trying to short this, because it's breaking out of everything. You had Ethereum breakout of a bear flag over in this zone, and then you going over, and we'll go to BTC right now to look at Bitcoin, because I'm sure a lot of you guys want to look at it, because it's literally pushing prime resistance, the 4200, huge freaking level of resistance for Bitcoin, and I'll explain why. Looking over it here, so what you had, this is, I was explaining this to one of the Patreons today. I think it was Poker Throat. What you had over here is that you had sideways consolidation, followed by a breakout, followed by a bull flag, followed by a breakout, followed by a bear flag, followed by a breakout. This has single-handedly been one of the weirdest, frustrating zones as a trader, right? It's been great if you've just been longing this all the way through. Like, I think Superman has, I don't know if he's in here, but he, like, if you had been longing this the entire way through, I mean, you're in some hefty profits right now, especially if you're leverage trading that. All I'm saying is that this was definitely a weird zone, because what you had was essentially have bear flag, bull flag, bear flag, all three with breakouts, which is really good if you're a bull, because what this means is that you're contradicting the technical analysis towards the upside. So when you're contradicting technical analysis towards the upside, that's usually a sign that a potential market reversal is in effect. So when I'm looking at this, again, breakdown, sideways consolidation, it's bad. However, it broke towards the upside. You actually had a bull flag form, overextended bull flag, broke up towards the upside. All right, that was good. That was textbook. Bear flag, excuse me, breakout towards the upside. Now, why is 4200 a significant resistance point? There's really two main levels. So you have overbearing resistance that's been around for the past 15 months or so, and then you also have, on top of that, horizontal resistance. So let's go ahead and chart some of these guys. Actually, let's read some comments too. Sean, Randy, Matt, great to hear you. Yo from Long Island, love the live streams. Thank you so much, Matt. Welcome. Sarah, great to have you in here. McLovin, the Irish. I love that name, McLovin. What's up, peeps? I get the reference too, McLovin. What's up? Hey, that's crypto. Everything is weird. Yeah, I agree, Rob G. It's been a really frustrating past 2 weeks for me. I'm going to be honest. That's why I kind of made the video I made earlier. Because I knew I wasn't the only one in this boat, and that it's been a really frustrating past 2 weeks for a lot of people. What are your thoughts on Litecoin? We'll take a look at it. I'll tell you that. So first thing I want to talk about over here is overbearing resistance being right around this area. And then also, you can talk about this guy as well. So both of these guys are going to be in this area. One's going to be a little bit higher than the other, but you do want to make sure that you know that there is just both of these guys. Big one is going to be 4200. That's going to be the main overbearing resistance. And as you guys can see, we're pretty much perfectly, we're nearly hitting that zone right now. We hit 4190, so just about hitting it. And the reason why 4200 is a big resistance is because of the fact of previous candle body top over in this range. So over in this range, again, you had used it as resistance, you'd used it as support, all over in here, again, notifying that this was a significant range of horizontal resistance, basically just because of the fact that it was previous candle body tops, and it was a previous swing high as well. So if we can break this zone, what I was talking to, I forget who it was, I was talking to someone in Discord about it earlier, I think it might have been Otter, but if we break this zone, immediately everyone's saying, all right, well, what kind of resistance do we have if we break this zone? Because drawing a clear support line from here to here, like obviously, if we break above this, let's go ahead and make this blue so we can see it a little bit better. Neon blue, there we go. If we break this level of resistance at 4200, well, what do we have? We broke down so parabolically that it's the same concept. When you go parabolic up, you don't set support. And when you go parabolic down, you don't set resistance. It's textbook. It's exactly what happened over here, right? We went parabolic up, we set no support. And if we go parabolic, or excuse me, yeah, so we went parabolic up, set no support. If we go parabolic down, we set no resistance. And that's exactly what we saw over here, is that we did go parabolic down, and now there's just no resistance. I mean, this is on a 4-hour chart. If we move this to a 1-day chart, what you're looking at over here is, again, just like nothing. We broke all the major resistance down here. Like, we actually did. So now you have one of two scenarios. One, I guess you technically have three, but two main, I would say, the only two scenarios that make sense, or that I see as viable. One, you break this, and then immediately I'm saying, all right, well, that does not look like thick resistance at all to me. I'm looking at this and saying, like, does that look like any kind of strong support to any of you? The hardest thing that we're gonna have to break is this, and then of course you have the obvious resistance over here, which was the support from the descending triangle, being over in like this area. Oops, being like over in here. This is really sloppy. If you guys don't know why my chart's blank, watch today's video. I basically said that I was wiping my entire chart, and I'm recharting my entire chart on live stream tonight, so you guys get to see it. So, yeah, so first things first, guys. I guess not even first things first. In this area, if this is the biggest resistance that we have to worry about, and we're already above most of it, that's a good scenario. So you really want Bitcoin to break out here if you're a bull. If you're a bear, maybe even just a short-term bear, I would say a good scenario for you is option B. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about option B, because we haven't mentioned it too much in here. I mentioned this concept, I think, once before in a prediction video, but that's been about it. What are you guys saying in chat here? Do you think this is new money coming in? Definitely trying to figure out this day out. Thanks, Bray. Absolutely, McLovin. Randy, I'll answer your question in 1 second. I mean, going by the book, you're going to win more than you lose. This is some of the times. Short resistance, long support. EOS is making me happy. Hey, I think I haven't checked EOS in a little bit, but I've heard it's been doing really well. Do you guys think that there's any psychological resistance at 5K or no? Yes, I do. I think 5.9K is going to be significantly harder to break, though. RSI is maxed out. It's not maxed out. You can't really max out the RSI, but it's overbought. That's for sure. It's overbought on your daily a lot. I mean, the last time that you were this overbought on your RSI was December. That was a daily. Oh wait, when was that? December of 2017. So yeah, the last time the RSI was this high was December 2017. That says a lot. Now, you almost had the same levels in August of 2018, but you didn't. We now officially broke that. Looking over here, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, option B. That's what we were talking about. Oh, and Sean, I have your question too. So option B over here is a giant freaking descending triangle that plays out in the summer, and it looks something a little bit like this. I don't know, probably something like this or something. So, yeah. Option B for you guys. Option B, giant ascending triangle. You kind of just bounce around in this zone over here. You get rejected. You come back down. You hit this again. You do this. And then it breaks out. So, that's option B. Move this guy back just a little bit. All right. Sean, what was your question? Sean's question was, going by the book. Wait, didn't it Sean? Oh, no, it was Randy. Do you think that this is new money coming in, or... So here's the thing, Randy. I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, I'll take a look at CoinMarketCap, and I'll see. Where is Bitcoin dominance? That's the thing that you have to look at. So if Bitcoin dominance is going down right now, that means that money's just going out of Bitcoin into the altcoins, which isn't what we want. We want actual new money coming in. All right, so what we're seeing, it'll load. So you are having a slight decline in Bitcoin dominance right now, meaning that some of the money is going out of Bitcoin and into the altcoins. However, I guess, Here, can I pull this up over here? So what I'm seeing over here is that, yes, money is ever so slightly leaving out of Bitcoin at the moment. Let's actually do this. So ever so slightly it is on the way down, but for the most part, this is new money coming in. Because if the money's not leaving Bitcoin and going into the altcoins, then it's pretty much has to be new money. So, where's my chat? Where'd my chat go? Let me see this chart, Sean. Ethereum USD. Yeah, so, okay, so here. Who was this? Sean just posted this picture as well. If you guys can't, I don't know, hopefully you guys can see this. But basically, it's not the right one. So basically what this is showing, and we can chart this on our chart as well, but each candle body top is leading as resistance over here, going to the same fact that this area is going to be used as trend line resistance as well as horizontal resistance. And he has both of those kind of lining up over here. You can see over here from the left, horizontal resistance playing into the fact of trend line resistance as well. So we'll see how this plays out over here for Ethereum. Personally, I'm going to be honest, I would love for it to come back down. I really would. Please, for the love of God, we want to keep this thing healthy. We do not want this thing to go to the moon again right now. It's not ready to, and it would set us with absolutely no support. Now, let's look at this. Okay, so there are a couple, there's so many scenarios that can play out here. You have the ascending triangle, you have all of the other ones. You could even form a cup and handle at this point, right? 4-hour chart, cup and handle this thing, straight up, right here. Boom, handle, textbook bull flag handle, breakout, right? That's how cup and handles work. Because over here, you have your cup. This would be your handle, cup and handle, breakout. So that would be just as good as well. I mean, this thing overall looks pretty good. Maybe it sees pullback. Maybe it comes back down a little bit, right? But that's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people think that just because the price goes down, it's a really bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. You have healthy pullbacks. Again, I'd like to see a little bit of consolidation in here. Let's take a look at Litecoin. My gosh. I wonder if we can just extend this. Yeah, we pretty much can. I mean, sort of. It's kind of sloppy. The one thing, I mean, it looks like it's hitting resistance as well, ever so slightly. I need to adjust this parallel channel if I'm actually going to use this. And actually, we can just kind of get rid of this guy. And yeah. That makes sense. So what I'm looking at over here for on Litecoin is this. Still hitting resistance, just like everything else is. Kind of looks like a rising channel. Or no, this is okay. That's not good. So if this is the case over here, this is called a rising broadening wedge. And a rising broadening wedge is a bearish formation and continuation pattern. So ideally, you don't want to use this because this breaks down. And this breaks, it's a breakdown. But we'll see. There's plenty of time to contradict this. I mean, to be honest, I don't think Litecoin's looking too hot, to be honest, because even if we draw something like this, it's a giant rising wedge. So then you have a rising wedge inside of an ascending broadening wedge, which are both bearish formation and continuation patterns. So yeah, just be careful. Over here, your 4-hour looks great. I mean, this should have been a clear... Oh, wow. Yeah, so this should have been a clear read. Really good bullish divergence over here on Litecoin. Pretty evident on your MACD. You're about to set yourself up for really bad bearish divergence. I'll tell you that. And the reason being is that you now have 1, 2, 3, and potentially, I want to make sure this is clear, potentially 4 like swing lows that are, what's the word? Each swing low is being previously lower than the other one. So what this shows is that there is continually lower levels of bullish divergence, of bullish momentum, lower levels of bullish momentum upon each swing high over here. So that's not a good thing to see. Even if you just get rid of this guy, you still have potential triple bearish divergence. If this stops here, lower than the previous MACD, I would be very, I mean, personally, I'll probably short it, in all honesty, because, yeah, so Litecoin's on Bitfinex. So if it stops here and sets up triple bearish divergence on a MACD and on the RSI, like, you can bet I'm shorting this, right? Lower swing highs are a very clear sign to me. I need to change this. There we go. So yeah, I mean, right now it's if it breaks out, that's really good. Again, it's extremely bullish. If you can break out of this zone as Litecoin, it's phenomenal. So this is another example of a broadening wedge. So over here you have an ascending broadening wedge, and over here you have a descending broadening wedge. Descending broadening wedge is a bullish formation pattern. An ascending broadening wedge is a bearish one. Over here, bullish breakout. Here, highlighted even more. Over here, of course, you guys can see the very clear breakout over here. Broke resistance, broke the falling broadening wedge, and broke out towards the upside. Now, if you can contradict this and get above this point, that would be huge, because you want to make sure you try to contradict this thing as fast as possible. Yeah. Looking at this on like a one-day chart, I mean, it's just so oh wow. Yeah, so let's talk about that. Actually, let's leave that guy. So this is why you have EMAs. I was talking to someone about this yesterday. EMAs are extremely useful. The 50 and the 200, I think personally, are like must-haves on charts. If you're charting any kind of like larger scale anything, you make, like, you know, why not, right? You're kind of just putting yourself at a disadvantage by not using these things. Great example right here. You're looking at rejection from your 200 EMA on your 1 day. If you can break this, very good, very bullish situation. However, if you can't, expect to come back down, because that's a hard rejection. 1 day's showing bearish divergence as well. Your oscillators are not rounding. That's good. So this is actually really bad as well. Potential 3 lower highs over here. Now, this is not swing highs. This is just 3 lower highs on your RSI, which is bad, but it's not as bad as having 3 consistent lower swing highs. And what I mean by that is if it, okay, so this actually is 1, then 2, and then if it comes back down here, and then comes back up, and then formed another one, that'd be 3, and then you guys get the picture. And then if it comes back over here, so maybe you can kind of call that a swing high, I'm not sure. I don't know, that's kind of crappy. Technically, yes, it is a swing high that's lower, but that's a really crappy example. So typically what you'd see is like rejection from over here, and then it do something like this, and then, you know, get a lower swing high over here, and then obviously you'd have consistent lower swing highs, and this is a very bearish thing to see. I have a lot of explaining to do, so I gotta talk fast tonight, guys. What are we talking about over in chat? Psychological resistance at 5K. I'll tell you what, we'll take a look. Do I see psychological resistance at 5K? Ooh. Okay, never mind, I broke that. So at 5K, I see psychological resistance, but I don't see any like real resistance. Like the closest thing that you have to 5K to worry about is this little candle body top over here, which I don't think is going to be a problem at all. I'd be very shocked if we just like hit 5K and like that was the reason. I think in itself, yes, it is a psychological barrier, because of the fact that we're below it, but it's nothing significant. I think the bears really hurt themselves here by not formatting this downfall properly. It was too parabolic. There's no consolidation except for this little guy right here, and that's nothing. So the fact that there's nothing in here, I mean, this thing could go just as easily parabolic upwards as it did downwards. And the reason for that is that cryptocurrencies specifically move faster upwards than they do downwards, and most people don't know that. But if you go, like, this is the easiest example that I could give you guys. Oops, I'm drawing lines. This is the easiest example I could give you guys. So from over here, we went from, let's just draw right here, right? We went from 5,300 on, when is this? So November 13th, 2017 to December 17th, or December 24th, 2017. In a month and a half, we went from 5,300 to $20,000. It took us how long to get back down to this range? It took us 6 months to get back down to this range. What took us a month and a half to go up took us 6 months to get back down. Let's look at another example. Let's look at this on a smaller scale. This one is pretty equal, but this one's still faster. So yeah, let's just look at this. Let's look at this guy. And now it's not like every single time it goes faster upwards, but in general, it goes faster upwards than downwards. Over here, let's just look at the next example on the chart, right? Let's just use this swing high. Over here, we went from, let's just use the candle body close, of 6,800 or 6,900. It's not the text I wanted. We went from 6,900 all the way up to 11,700, right? That range. That was in February 8th to February 20th. So that's 12 days. It took us 12 days to get up there, and it took us from February 20th all the way to April 4th to get back down. So again, about twice as long to go back down as it did to take us to go up. I mean, I know I'm explaining these points super quickly, but I hope they make sense, right? So don't be surprised. It's so possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but personally, I think we get rejected here. I'm going to be honest. But don't be surprised if you see this thing just parabolic, like right back up. Because people never think it's possible to parabolic out of a situation, but they always think it's parabolic to go down into the situation. And the matter of fact is that you have so many people you have just as many people that are bearish right now as you did people that were bullish over here. You had everyone saying Bitcoin to 50K all the way up, and then it hit 20K and topped out. And you had everyone saying, like, you had the moon boys. I think that's what they were called, right? All the moon boys. And then now you have all the bear boys, whatever you want to call them. I call them the bear boys, because all you have is people over here, it's probably the same people who were saying we're going to go to 50K all the way up until we topped out. You have the same people that started bandwagoning down here and saying we're going to 1K, we're going to sub 1K, right? Bitcoin's going to go sub 1K and it's going to bottom out like somewhere like $500 or something crazy. Now, I think that's absurd for one, and I don't think it makes any kind of technical analysis sense. But two, it's a bandwagon psychology. And the fact is that these people are bandwagoning without knowing what they're talking about. Now, some of them do. Some of them have a solid reason. But 99% of them are just bandwagoning, and the trend is their friend. So when we're going up, they're saying we're going to 50K. When we're going down, they're saying we're going to $500. And I get all these crazy comments in my videos, like I'll make videos, and the one that I see the most frequently, the most unoriginal thing I ever see is people who come into my videos and they type like 4 words. It's what is it? Buy the top, sell the bottom, or something like that. Like trying to like poke fun at the idea of you're an idiot when hopefully no one intelligent actually bought the top. I made a video saying like that we're gonna go up, and people, when I was saying that we were gonna go up over in this area, people were commenting the same thing. Buy the top, sell the bottom, blah 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 blah. You're an idiot. And then here we are. Now we're up $1,100, or no, about $1,000. And anyway, frustrating. Sorry, I had to rant a little bit. What are you guys talking about? Did you see this resistance line? I did not actually, Sean. So I'm really glad that you were able to show that to me. CryptoWorks says, how long will this last? Personally, I don't know. I don't think, I mean, yeah, so no one knows, but my personal opinion about this, not advice in any way, is that we get rejected here. Now, if we break out here, the breakout is going to be giant. So, I mean, we just don't have any resistance. So, I mean, eventually, right, we'll probably hit our 200 EMA on our daily. But, like, right here, there's just no resistance over in this area. That's why I have it circled over here, right? Like, what do we see that's significantly gonna block us from going higher? So, maybe it's just, like, the short-term bear in me hoping that we get rejected here so that we can come back stronger. But the way that we're looking right now is we're pretty strong. For the most part. Volume has been falling off. It's coming back up, but it has been falling off. It's nowhere near what it was. So, I don't know. I think that you just have to be careful in this area. Never thought to use that chart. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Randy. What chart were you talking about, Randy? But anyway, I'm glad I could help. CryptoWorks, hopefully that answered your question as well. Press like and share and subscribe. Yo, thank you so much. Yeah, agree. If you guys are enjoying the live stream, hit that like button. There's 35 of you, 34 of you now. Hit that like button. Helps out the stream a lot. And yeah, it means a lot to me as well. So should I trade my Litecoin for beer? Should I trade my Litecoin for beer? I can't tell you what to do with your money. That's the only thing I can really say to you. Over 4,200 now. I think that's on Bitfinex. I don't chart on Bitfinex just because they have a lot of tether manipulation. But I don't know, dude. I'm having a hard time getting on board with this. And I'm usually the guy who's like all on board with these rallies. This is the first rally that I'm so skeptical of. I'm so skeptical of this rally. Man. And it hurts me. It has hurt me. Let's put it that way. Apparently, Bitcoin to USD printed a 4-hour candle above the 200 EMA weekly. Let's take a look. Well, the 200 EMA weekly is not existent on Coinbase. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of wow. Wow. So, if that's not... I didn't even see this. If that's not clear support, I mean, I don't know what is. Look at this thing ride it. It's like a freaking... it's like a surfer riding a wave. I mean, look at... This is literally just like the basic wave coming up here. Not Elliott waves, guys. Alright, it's an analogy. This is basically just like a wave coming up. And this thing's just cruising on it. That's some good support. Jeez. That's crazy. I'm glad you showed me this. I didn't even see that. Again, all the more reason, use the EMAs, right? 200 EMA, 50 EMA. Just use them, right? Hopefully you don't have to like pay. I don't think, yeah, so they're free. They're free indicators. Use them. They are extremely helpful. Man, that's textbook right there. That's good to see. Oh my goodness, look at the price of Bitcoin. It's going up non-stop now. On Bitfinex, we're freaking flying. BTC USD, what's happening? Let's move this to a 4-hour. Yeah, man, it's just not slowing down. This is your third leg up too, right? One, I mean, ideally it would I would kind of think that it would stop here, but oh no, I messed that up. Three. So over here again, run number one, run number two, run number three. 1, 2, 3. So you guys can see this pretty clearly, right? Run number one, run number two, run number three. Legs 1, 2, and 3. Personally, to me, that's it. But I've been wrong about this before. I tried shorting this range, and so I tried shorting this range, and I tried shorting Ethereum a second ago. What is this? Ethereum USD. I tried. What's this at? 164. So yeah. So basically, I saw the previous candle body top over here, and I tried shorting that for rejection, forming this ascending triangle. Bursted right through that, went to the next form of resistance. I placed a short right at the top of this. As soon as it got triggered, it came back down barely, for a moment, then broke this. I had a stop loss in, took me out. There was slippage, but it took me out. And we'll see. I feel like the boy who cries wolf, because I shorted this zone, now I'm shorting this zone, and I'm really tempted to short this zone too. And the reason why I'm shorting instead of longing, up here, is because of the fact that, this only has 2 touch points on support, and I was kind of expecting a 3rd touch point on support, especially for a ascending triangle. And the main reason why I would short this area up here, why I would short a bullish formation pattern, is the reason that if I short right here, I can set a stop loss right here, and that minimizes my risk significantly. So if this breaks down, right, my risk, let's talk about risk versus reward here. This is a short position. And don't get me wrong, I've gotten stopped out a lot recently. But my risk versus reward in this scenario, personally, okay, let's talk about this. My risk versus reward this scenario is a 25.4, right? I'm risking, my stop loss is set at a 1.5, otherwise known as a 0.9%, right? I have a 1% stop loss for something that could potentially get me 25%, 24%. So for me, that's worth it, right? I risk 1% with the potential gain to get 25%, and I'm leverage trading this at 10x leverage. So I'm potentially getting 250% or more. Actually, that's more because of the way that the leverage system works. But a potential of getting, 200 to 300% at risking 10% or 15%. So to me, that trade was worth it. It's just, simple risk versus reward. And if I want, I can just re-enter up here again. And if it gets back close up to resistance, I can do the exact same thing, right? Move this guy up. If it breaks, and then you'll probably have to adjust this a little bit, but it's the same concept. So, yeah, moving on. All about that risk versus reward ratios, which are a lot of fun. What are you guys saying? Hassam, welcome. Great to have you in here. Previous top at 4.2K can be heavy resistance. Double top possible. Another one is at 4.5K. The 55 monthly MA. Good stuff. Previous top at 4.2. Yeah, that's what we were talking about for Bitcoin. I think you mentioned that while we were on it, to be honest. Yeah, so we got real close. We got $10 away, about $9 away. Excellent stream. I appreciate the analysis and the sharing. Yeah, absolutely, Randy. Glad to have you in here, my dude. Sean says try crack. Oh wait, I think I was already. These are old comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm behind. NEO is going up. I thought they lost their best DApp to EOS. I'm not sure. I don't own any NEO. I don't mess with Neo. I owned a little bit before, but I've sold it all. Looks like it's about the same. Good stuff. Might be a good short or exit. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking personally. I really want to wait for this divergence. I mean, you can kind of see the hook. I mean, the hook hasn't even formed yet. But if you can set up like bearish divergence across the board on your 4-hour and your daily, then like why would you not short it, right? Now, there are obviously a lot of other factors that go into it here, but I don't know. I see this thing as overbought. Or, yeah, overbought, excuse me. Right? I feel like everything's kind of pointing at that. Your stochastics, your RSI, your MACD. This can obviously go higher, however. Sorry, I thought I was reading that wrong. However, I mean, it's going to have pullback eventually, right? There's a difference between just utter collapse and just having a good pullback. So let's do a fib retracement here. So on Bitcoin, this is our daily. Let's set up an actual fib retracement. If you guys don't know how to do fib retracements, I'm teaching them in the technical analysis course I'm making. Really good. Arguably one of the most useful tools that you can use in technical analysis is the fib retracements. The 618 is the golden fib, the most used fib in all of crypto, and the silver, I call it the silver fib, is the 382, which is the second most used. They're used and respected crazy. So what we do over here is we set so since we're judging this from bottom to top, we set the bottom one over here, and then we set the top over here. So what this does is, as it retraces, we can see that this retraced 23% of the way, this retraced 38% of the way, 50%, 61%, etc. So these are our popular fib levels. And to be honest, they really align over here quite well. And if we want to change this to the 4-hour, we can see that even more clearly. So the first thing that we're going to look at, of course, is going to be the 236. And if the 236 is actually hit, the 236 lines up perfectly, right? This is our 236 right here, this line, and it perfectly goes with the previous tops over here from these candle body closings. So it lines up perfectly with that. Your 50% retracement, your 382 is not too much. I guess you can say it's using this candle body consolidation. That's going to be your 382. Your 518 is going to be over here. Again, all these candle body tops. Your 618 is going to be the bottom of this bull flag that you had. And your 786 is going to be this final layer of support before you have your double bottom down here. So if we are having a fib retracement, obviously, it's one of the things that I always say whenever I give targets for my trades in Patreon, is that popular fib retracements are always targets, right? There's no reason to not be looking at these as a potential, because they're huge, they're great. I actually need to pull something up over here. By the way, if you guys haven't already, let me sit up here. Sorry, slouch down a little bit. If you guys haven't already, let me pull this up so you guys can do this, and then I'll go through comments. I need to post this in chat. If you guys want to join the Discord, there's a link right there in chat. It's completely free. Join it if you want. If you don't, no harm, but I feel like everyone should have the opportunity. It's a pretty cool community that we have on there. Talk about TA, talk about all sorts of things. People were talking about dieting earlier. So yeah, we get a little bit of everything. Let's see what chat's saying. What are you guys saying over here in chat? What are your thoughts on the 200 weekly with the 100 weekly EMA forming a price channel for most of 2019 on BTC? I'll tell you what, let's take a look. Let's change this guy. Oh wait, we're on the wrong chart again. BTC, USD. That explains it. All right, there we go. So yeah, wait, why is our 200? Didn't we just use this? BTC USD. Where was it? Where did we just chart the 1 week on Bitcoin at? Because we just saw it as support. Where was that? I don't know. That's so weird. We just charted the 200 EMA as... That's weird. I don't know. Is this it? Oh, this is... Wait, what? That's weird. I don't know then. So I think... so either way, I see what you're saying. You're saying if this keeps extending over here to this range, and this kind of extends over here in this range, do I see it just kind of bouncing over here until it eventually breaks towards the upside? The answer for that is yes. Yes, but not on the same large scale that this is played at. In my Bitcoin prediction video that I did, I basically said that it was going to bounce around in this zone. And this zone is going to be divided into two parts. You have the part from 2018 and you have the part from 2019. Now, these are divided by this giant bottom of the ascending triangle over here, right? Around 5,900, this range. So what I see over here for 2019, let me clear out all this clutter. So what I see over here for 2019 is this kind of working as a channel, and then this kind of working as a channel. So what I said is I basically saw it bouncing around in this zone over here, right? Bouncing around in this zone until it eventually broke towards the upside, and then you would use all of this as support before again start conquering higher highs over here. So I think the channel is going to be a little bit smaller than the ones that the 200 and the 100 were painting. But yeah, pretty much the same concept. Moving on. Welcome everybody. If you guys are new, my name is Brendan, otherwise known as the Crypto Analyst, Brendan TCA. My pleasure to be with you guys tonight. Doing a little bit of technical analysis on this beautiful night for a breakout. Got ourselves some fib retracements. We got all three legs up, and we're looking prime. Otter's here. Welcome, Otter. Sawyer's here as well. What's up? Welcome, Sawyer. Is it the 200 MA? It might be. The weird part is that when we charted this last time, we had the 200 EMA up, and it looked clear. So I don't know what happened. Maybe it is the 200 MA, but. Yeah, anyway, let's keep moving on over here. I know what I was doing. We're going back to Ethereum. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong thing. Log ourselves in. There we go. So, for Ethereum over here, this is what I'm watching, because this is... This is what I want to be trading, in all honesty. Where is this? 1 hour ago, Robert G has subscribed. Yo, Robert G, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. It means a lot, and welcome to the crew. The crew of crypto analysts. So, again, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That just looks like such a rejection candle to me. It's actually more flat. Yeah. So for me, this just looks like a clear rejection candle, but it's not to say that it can't break it, right? Because what you have is you have this guy over here, you have this candle bottom, what was support now being used as resistance, right? So what was support over there is now being used as resistance, oops, over here. So these are the things that I'm looking at when I'm looking at this chart. If this ends as a rejection candle, so basically the question I'm asking myself is, you know, do I want to short here? I definitely don't want to long here. Am I right? So I don't want to long against resistance. It's obvious that it's going through some sort of resistance, right? It's getting pullback. So I definitely don't want to long here. So the question is now, do I want to short here? Sawyer, welcome so much. Thank you so much for the subscription. It means a lot. Welcome to the crew. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you know, by all means, ask them in the comment section down below. So while the chart itself looks amazing, right? It's been flying with colors. But I don't want to long at resistance. That's just the highest level of risk possible. Does anybody know when this Ethereum upgrade is? Is it on the 25th? So it says Ethereum is hella bullish before the fork. That's another thing, is that Ethereum's carrying the market, and I'm afraid that when this fork or upgrade happens, I'm afraid that this thing just, you know, plummets, right? It's a countdown. When is this countdown? Where can I find this? Yeah, I don't know. I can't find a date for it right off the top here. If you guys can find a date for it, I would love to see, because I think it's supposed to be within the next couple of days. It's supposed to be pretty big though. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find anything right off the top here. If you guys find a link to it, be sure to let me know. 4 days, 18 hours. So yeah, so about, what is that? 5 days from that, the 28th. So that's what, I don't know. I'm just nervous that it just dumps, right? We'll see. CoinGecko. Let's see it. Yeah. Oh, 3 days. Constant. Oh, oh wow. So there's two. So there's the Byzantium upgrade, and then there's the Constantinople hard fork. And this one's in 3 days. So this one is on, what is that, the 26th? 27th? Yeah, wow. So we'll see. We'll see. Litecoin block halvening in 164 days. That is going to be huge. When the Bitcoin halvening happens over here, I mean Litecoin and Bitcoin, that's going to be pretty big, especially for Bitcoin. When the Bitcoin halvening happens, I think we're really going to be in a lot more of a bullish scenario then. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Hey, you're not wrong. Let's go back to Bitcoin. I mean, see, this thing's not moving anymore. I have Bitfinex open on the side because I'm tempted to short this area, but meh, we'll see. I don't know, dude. I feel like this thing is just asking for a pullback. It's begging for a pullback. Really want to see some rounding action over here. Anyway, rejection candles on Bitcoin as well, just the same as Ethereum. And yeah, at least we got our fibs up already. What do we have happening over? There's our chat. I don't know what just happened to my chat. Oh yeah, you guys are all posting me the links. Yo, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, all you guys who got me that link ASAP. So this is, I guess, what's happening over here. We've covered a lot of this. So two things over here, and I'm gonna be answering questions and still going through this, but I want to give this a moment to advertise two things. If you guys want to join the Discord, it's completely free. I have a link to it right here. If you guys want to join the Discord, there it is. There's a link to the Discord, completely free. Feel free to join it, ask me questions in there, etc. It's pretty cool. It's where the community, where my community personally resides at. Also, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Helps out the channel a lot and helps get this video out to more people. I think we're currently sitting at, I can't see how many likes we have. But third thing is, we have this guy over here. Third thing is, I have a Patreon. If you guys want to check it out, there's a link to that in the description down below. There are essentially 2 tiers. We have 1 slot left for the early supporter, and then tier 2 is really cool because you guys get to choose topics, and you guys basically get to make video topics for me, and you guys vote on them. Whatever has the most votes, I make videos on it. So it's pretty cool. It's $2 a month. The other one's $35 or $40 a month. It's a pretty cool way. If you guys are interested, if you guys are interested, go ahead and click that link in the description down below, and yeah, it's much appreciated because it helps me be able to do this. So that is the Patreon. That's my shilling time for the time being. So now what we have is our 4-hour candle. We're about 30 minutes into this 4-hour candle, and it hasn't moved anywhere. Right? So we're 4 hours into this 4-hour candle and hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, it's moved $8 in 30 minutes. So the bulls are obviously still wanting to put up a fight up here. We'll see if they can break through. But again, so the 2 things that I'm really looking for are my indicators and oscillators. That's what I'm looking for. If I keep seeing rejection candles and I see this setting up like double or triple bearish divergence, I'll enter a short. And if you're in Patreon, I'll tell you that I'm entering a short, and you know, you'll get that right away. But I don't know. I just feel like there's not too much else to talk about, right? If this sets up double bearish divergence, I'll short it. I'll set a stop loss. I'll take the risk. If it doesn't, you know, I'll look for a long position, or I'll just stay out of it. I'm just having a hard time in this area convincing myself that this isn't about to retrace. And a lot of people disagree with me, right? I'm not saying I'm very bearish on it. All I'm saying is that a retrace is probably going to happen and occur sometime in the short-term future. So I'm bullish, but like, just, you know, don't be afraid of the retrace. But we'll see. You know, maybe it'll never happen. It's slim, but we'll see. Need some water. Do you think Bitcoin is an Adam and Eve double bottom? If so, what happens after? I've actually never heard of an Adam and Eve double bottom, and I mean, okay, actually, let me reword that. I mean, maybe, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with Adam and Eve double bottoms. I think you can call it whatever you want, but I think it's a good possibility, and I've said this before. It's a good possibility that if we haven't bottomed out already, we're close to it. I'm one of the firm believers that we're not breaking 1K, and that if this bear market continues, I just made a video literally like 2 days ago explaining why the worst of the bear market's over. It's called like the market reversal for cryptocurrencies here, something like that. It's kind of clickbait. It's kind of funny, but the video itself is really good quality. I go through the weekly chart and the monthly chart and explain why the reversal is here. And what the reversal means is it's not necessarily that the bull market's here, but it's that the bear market's ending, and it's this transitional period from this bear market into the transitional period in between the bear and the bull market. So that's what most people don't know, is that there are essentially three markets. There's your bear market, your bull market, and then there's a transitional period, the transitional market. Personally, I believe that we're entering the transitional period. We're transitioning from the bear market into the bull market. I don't think the bull market will be here for at least like 6 months or so. Probably, give or take, right? It's hard to predict things that are a year in advance, but I think about, maybe less than 6 months now, because we're in almost May. What are we? February, May? Or March, excuse me, not May. So, we're almost 3 months into the year. So we'll see. But that's just my thoughts. McLovin says, we need beer. Or we need a toast. We need beers. That's what he said. Give this guy some beers. Rob G said, thanks. Yeah, no, thank you, Rob G. Thanks for the sub. XRP lover, welcome. Well done. Theo, thank you so much. Hey, Alex Werner, if you can tell me what the link is, I'll click on it. But other than that, yeah. The pattern site. It sounds like a charting site. Just a tad. Welcome. Great to have you in here. But yeah, besides that, that's just all I got. Bolowski pattern site. All right, let's see it. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, it's all about the Adam and Eve double bottoms. Oh, okay. So for those of you guys who don't know, oops, can't show you guys all that. For those of you guys who don't know, Adam and Eve double bottom. I almost tried to highlight this. Right over in here, V round. Yeah, I just kind of have a hard time seeing that over here. I guess I am on a 4-hour chart. Let's see. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that, right? I don't know if it's like a double bottom, but you have your V and then you have your round. That's a really bad V. Right? Oops. So maybe you say this is your V, this is your round, your Adam and Eve. I guess it could kind of make sense, but I don't know. I'm not probably qualified enough to talk on Adam and Eve double bottoms. I think more important is that it's like how we hold, right? I don't think it's so you can hold anything, but it's how you hold it is what's kind of significant to me. We're actually moving a little bit here now. So 1 hour. I'm curious if we Eiffel Tower this thing. I'm really curious if we had just Eiffel Tower this thing. Poker Throw says, cheers. Good info, good stats, worth displaying, I guess. Yeah, no, agreed. I'm actually glad you showed me that. Come near, come far, beer for all. That's interfractual. Look at the 4-hour again and look at the blue oblique line that you have. 4-hour blue oblique. This guy right over here. Sorry. So this guy, yeah, basically just counting as support. Oh, were you talking about this? So saying that this was our V and this is our U. Huh. That's not a double bottom, but it definitely looks similar. I see what you're saying now. So it's, where's that link? So it's not a double. I don't think it's a double bottom. It's a couple $100 apart. You have, yeah. So it's about $200 apart. It's a little bit too far for me. But what does this say? Does it have to be exactly? So it's followed by a handle. Huh. I think I think the biggest problem with this is that this one's down here and this one's up here. It's a little far apart. You can see it on the EMA though, on the 50 EMA, the orange one. Interesting. I've never heard of that theory though. I'm glad you pointed it out. McLovin's my new favorite. Look at the 4 hour again. I already read through that one. Double bottoms are very rare. People just aimlessly Google patterns and try to. Alex, you see what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, chat? Just a tad. Sorry, guys, I'm reading through the comments right now. But the interfractal is an additional clue, though. Yeah. I see it as this: sharp selling pressure, stressed out people, pullback, people selling at the point, but less pressure, making it rounded. And then now we have a future. Now and the future will be history. Yeah, I mean, we'll see here. This thing's actually getting pullback as we're speaking. I need to take a look at Ethereum. What was the joke that we had in Discord? I don't know if Otter is Otter still in here? Otter and Soy, I don't know if either of them are in here. But I'm telling you, dude, there's a chance that this thing just straight Eiffel Towers. Oh, that would be juicy. Oh, shoot. That's kind of what I was looking for. Got all sorts of stuff popping up. So, yeah, man. I don't know. That's tempting. What's it at on Bitfinex or on BitMEX right now? 133.55. The only problem I have with this is that you'd think that there would be more pullback, right? You're hitting major resistances and the pullback is just not there. Like the selling pressure just isn't there. It's crazy. Like no one wants to sell here. No one wants to short. Shorts are like look at the shorts. No one wants to short. Right? No one wants to short this area. I mean, a lot of people do want to short this area, but shorts, like there are no shorts. The shorts are so low right now. It's crazy. So low. And then meanwhile, let's look at this. Like your Ethereum longs are at an all-time high. Your Ethereum longs right now are at an all-time high, while your shorts are just destroyed. It's crazy. Sawyer says brace for impact. Wouldn't mind that. I layered shorts that filled. That's usually where the price drops when shorts are low. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sawyer. Is that it's just like it's a weird situation. So weird. I feel like this thing's about to implode, but that's just me. Tell you what. Maybe I'm wrong about this. But let's take a look at BTC. I would show my BitMEX account on screen, but I don't I don't feel like that's very safe. It's like putting a target on your back. Tell you what, I'll enter. What are we at here? We will enter an Ethereum short. Let's have some fun with this. Type in our price. How much are we trying to short here? There we go. So I'll tell you what. If this is setting up double bearish divergence everywhere and we're at resistance, this is probably a bad idea. I don't know. I just feel like this thing's about to get freaking wrecked. So I'll go ahead on record right now and say I'm placing a short here. So you guys get to know. I've actually never done this on. I've actually never traded on stream before, but you guys now have me on record. So maybe I just called the top. That's usually where the price drops. I agree. Yeah. Have number of beers, homies. Yo, McLovin is our freaking beer king over here. Frat King McLovin. So yeah, I don't know. Looking at this again, there's no one selling over here, but you're just, I don't know, you're setting yourself up for a bearish retrace everywhere across the board. Your MACD starting the round. Yeah, I mean, your MACD started rounding. Oscillators are lower highs. MACD's lower highs. RSI's lower highs. Stochastics is a higher high. Oh, this is a 3 hour. On your 4 hour, if it rounds here, it'll be, yeah. So stochastics, RSI, MACD. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm having a hard time being a bull here. So time will tell. Time will tell. All right, let's go back to chat. We placed that order. Feel like we could pop up the 4.4K and then start a 2-month dump. Hey, so 4.4. Oh shoot! What in the world? Can I Control Z that? What did I hit? Well, let's bring it back. 4.4K is actually a kind of viable range. Wait, actually, are we painting a flag already? So I have a couple monitors, so I'm looking at all of them at the same time over here. 4.4K makes sense because of the fact that this is literally your last area of resistance, right? 4.4K right over in here. Where's my tool? Right over in here. 4.4K. Last candle body top high. So it would make sense. But The only problem I have with that is that if you get yourself up into that range, that means that this candle is going to have to come up here. And that means it's going to have to break overbearing resistance. And, you know, we'll see as to whether or not that happens. But if it does do that, it's kind of hard to say that it would just come back down here, right? Or not like that, but it's hard to say it would come back down anywhere in here if it breaks overbearing resistance, right? I just saw someone else commenting over here. Who are we missing? Hey Brendan, wish I knew how to short, as I think it's a winner. So there's a couple different ways you can short. There's Kraken, there's BitMEX, there is what's it called? It's like the new BitMEX. I forget what it's called. Some crazy name. Oh, I cannot remember the name of it. It's only Bitcoin now, the new one. So there's basically BitMEX and Kraken are probably two of the most used ones. Deribit, that's what it was. The third one, Deribit. So there's Kraken, BitMEX, and Deribit. For BitMEX and Deribit, you have to live outside of the United States or Canada, and you can't use it unless you're outside of the States or Canada. But if you're in the United States, technically you get a VPN and you can use it then. If you have a VPN that's like set to like Germany or something, technically it'll work. Not saying you should do that. Not saying I do that. All I'm saying is that it's known to work. So that's the way to do it as well. Kraken and Bitfinex are the main exchanges to short. Yeah, I personally use nothing. I personally use Kraken because it's in the United States and I'm allowed to. Yeah, thanks, Sam. What are you using for a stop loss? Basically, if it breaks... Okay, so I'm shorting Ethereum. So if it... Basically, if it breaks a higher high at all, I'm out. Or if it even starts... If it starts showing signs of life or turning around, or if it contradicts the double bearish divergence in any way, if it does any of those things, volume starts picking up again, I'm out. Right? I don't want to take the risk here. But otherwise, I mean, you know, maybe give it a shot. You know, I'm giving it a shot. Maybe it'll retrace some, maybe it won't. I'll take the risk. There's a couple other banned countries too. Just don't go crazy with leverage. Yes, do not go crazy with leverage. I never use anything over a 25x. So I know most people get on and they see 100x and they go absolutely nuts. And then the price moves up $10 and it liquidates them. So just be careful. Be smart. Poker Threads got me, Deribit. USA, Cuba, North Korea, and Quebec. Can't trade. There you go. You have it here. The BitMEX. BitMEX has crazy leverage. Yeah, you can go all the way up to 100x. I've seen places that have 200x leverage before. It's like, that's literally like a $2. It's like a tour. That's literally a $2 liquidation on Bitcoin. Like, that's just gambling. But I don't know, just me. Oh wow! Welcome Sawyer and I hope I say this right. Jaros. Welcome to the Discord. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm really looking forward to see if this thing rounds off here. Give us some nice double bearish divergence. Short the top a little bit. Maybe get a scalp in. Maybe it'll be a swing. Maybe it'll be a scalp. We'll see. This is nice though. Move that guy up a little bit. I want to be able to... Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's clean. What I would absolutely love to do especially on Bitcoin, is set up in an ascending triangle, a giant one. I would love this thing to do the exact opposite of what we did over here, right? Oops. So over here, we have a giant descending triangle. What I would love to do is create the flip side image of this over on the right. In a perfect world, that's what I see. I'm so confused. All right, there we go. Ethereum currently trying to double bottom on the 1 hour. I think that is. Trying to. We will see shortly. But yeah, so that's, again, one of my bigger concepts that I'm trying to, you know, I'd love to see. Moving on. I don't know what else we have to talk about over here. Ethereum's leading the market, so, you know, trade. That's all I'm really caring about trading right now. I want to look at this on the 1 hour before I do anything else. What is this? What am I charting on over here? That's the 1 hour. It's the 1 hour on BitMEX. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I can't help but think it's going to Eiffel Tower here, but that's a very biased statement with very little to back it up. But yeah, so if there's no more questions, I'll probably just go ahead and end it here. Oh wait, we have questions. Been around crypto for many years. This does feel a lot like November of 2014. A higher high got printed, and the dump afterwards was spectacular. Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know, man. All I'm saying is that I've been in crypto for a long time too, Hassan, and I think you've heard my story, but I've been in crypto for a long time too, and there's something funny about this. There is. There's just something funny. Maybe it goes higher, but like the entirety, there's something funny with this run. I can't put my finger on it. That's why I've been trying to short this thing so much. But this whole run over here, there's something funny about it. And I refuse to just let it pass and be like, oh, okay. So, we'll see. We will see. Call in the Dump Kings. But yeah, so that's going to go and round off this video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, hit the like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel a ton. It's my pleasure to have been with you guys tonight. I hope to be able to see you guys back on future videos, on future live streams. We do stuff like this all the time. If you guys want to be able to talk to me more, hear a lot more of my personal insight, click the link in the description down below. The Discord, great way. It's free. Tons of people in the community. We all talk in there, and it's a lot of fun. If you guys want even more insight, like my personal insight onto the market, what trades I take, when I take trades, what I'm looking at, I even do some teaching of technical analysis in there. You get priority access to my live streams and to everything else. So basically, you guys can tell me what to talk about on live streams and topics and etc. Check out the Patreon. That's in the link right below the Discord. Yeah. So check out both of those if you guys are interested. Thank you guys so much for coming in here, and that's it. Until next time, guys. Oh, and if you guys have any other questions, shoot them to me over Discord or email. My email's on my page under About, so don't be afraid to ask questions in there, comments, or anything. Anyway, guys, appreciate it. See you guys next time.